Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Sessions, a podcast by The Herb Life. Whether you're a connoisseur or you work in the cannabis space, or you're just curious about what kind of people are cannabis people, this podcast has got you covered. My name is Tiana and I like to describe myself as the Sessions facilitator. So we thought we might do things a little differently at Sessions. Rather than subjecting you to 40 minutes of me, myself and I, each episode will feature a revolving pair of co-hosts. Some of them might work together while others are mutual admirers, but either way, Sessions is a place where you get to hear what people in cannabis are really talking about. Did I mention that Sessions is an audio project by The Herb Life? Well, there it is again. The Herb Life, celebrating the feminine cannabis experience online and in print. So make sure you check us out at theherblifestyle.com. Every now and then, we also get to facilitate connections as well as conversations. When we approached Ming Barube Sam, who works with Canadian LP Aurora, to host an episode of Sessions, she was quick to request Maya Elizabeth to be co-host. Of course, Maya is the founder of the award-winning brand Ohm Edibles and the co-founder of the wildly popular Whoopi and Maya feminine line. And the story behind Whoopi and Maya products is pretty interesting. For those of you who don't know, Maya Elizabeth is a cannabis powerhouse in California. She's quite well known in the industry for several reasons, one of which is her female-led initiatives. So it turns out that when Whoopi was looking to enter the cannabis space, she actually approached Maya, and the two had really only known each other for a short time before embarking on their venture together. I mean, what a testament to Maya's abilities in the cannabis space for someone like Whoopi Goldberg to approach her. So Maya's experience, it does encompass everything from growing to formulation and of course her edible product line, which has won countless awards at Cannabis Cups and is really well known in California. Personally, until now I felt the whole concept of cannabis for period pain was a little bit of a lost cause for me. I actually suffer quite badly from menstrual pain, and to date, cannabis has never really effectively treated this. I have to admit that I've only consumed for this reason by vaping or using an oil. And it wasn't until I listened to this session that Maya was discussing using every, and this might sound a little bit weird, opening we have to provide relief. I have not had the pleasure of using any Whoopi and Maya products yet, so certainly I cannot attest to that. But like Ming, I might actually give making my own suppositories a go to see if that makes any difference. I'll have to let you know on another episode whether that is successful or not. But anyway, moving on. Ming's personal story is also one that I have encountered often with women who consume cannabis. Many times I have found that women are introduced to it from a medical perspective, and that's how they end up adopting it into their daily lives. After experiencing a series of traumatic brain injuries, Ming spent 3 years searching for relief, and it led to her discovering the medical benefits of cannabis, which, as you can imagine, has transformed Ming's life and informed her career. Through both her career and her own experience, she has developed a deep respect for the cannabis plant and its vast healing and wellness capacities. Now she spends her days tirelessly working to inform on the benefits of cannabis while decreasing the stigma around its use. And this is exactly why we're excited to have both of these women on the show today. Before we go any further, I would like to just take a quick moment to thank our brand collaborators, Hempa and Sonoma Seeds. Are you thinking of growing your own cannabis? Well, grow organically with Sonoma Seeds. You'll find the best cannabis strains from around the world at sonomaseeds.com. Hempa. It's the best 420 subscription service and online head shop. Their experts hand-pick 10 items every month to pack into your Hempa box, delivering $100 of value for only $29.99 right to your door. All boxes are shipped in plain packaging since Hempa values your privacy as much as their own. Visit hempa.co for more info. On another note, I'd also like to appeal to your great big heart and ask that you leave a review on whatever platform you're using to listen to our show. It does make a world of difference to us, and it takes less than 60 seconds of your time. But let me tell you this, we place a lot of value on that 60 seconds. So each episode, we will be selecting 2 of our reviewers to get a free copy of the latest edition of the Herb Life print magazine, which coincidentally is available for pre-order right now at theherblifestyle.com. And if that's not enough, each reviewer also goes into the draw to win a PAX vaporizer at the end of the season, plus some other awesome gifts. I am going to be honest with you though, I'm not going to select you if you give me a bad review. I'm just saying, fair warning. So, make sure you check us out online at theherblifestyle.com and follow us on whichever social channels we have in common. We're always putting out content that is sure to inspire. Now that the formalities are out of the way, I am going to pass it on to Ming and Maya.
So hi Sessions, we're so glad to be here. My name is Ming and I'm here with Maya from Om Edibles, and yeah, we're going to chat today. So Maya, I guess my first question for you is, what got you into the cannabis industry in the first place?
Good question. That's a great place to start. The same reason that I'm still in the cannabis business today. I love weed. From the moment I first got high, I loved the way it made me feel. It was, this plant touches me in a place I need to be touched. And it was the beginning of a long love affair.
That's so beautiful. I love that. I feel like cannabis is such a powerful sort of catalyst, and especially a connector, that it's so nice to hear other people's stories about how they came about. Is that sort of where Om started from? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, did you know that they call it the friendship herb in the Bible?
Really? I had no idea. I actually, in one of my unfinished degrees, I studied Hinduism, and they made a lot of reference to sort of cannabis being the closest thing that would connect you to Lord Shiva, which I find is super beautiful. But I had no idea it showed up in the Bible.
So interesting. Yeah, it's in the Bible a lot of times, actually. Like, it's controversial, but the holy anointing oil, there's a lot of reason to believe that cannabis was probably the active ingredient.
Wow.
It was called cannabisum, and it was a fragrant healing reed. And a lot of the miracles that they reported because of the holy anointing oil are things that cannabis helps with, like skin conditions and pain and stuff like that.
Wow. You're making me want to go read the Bible now.
Isn't it interesting? I'm like, never before have I ever wanted to read the Bible so much as now that I know there's weed in there.
Right? I'm like, okay, I feel like maybe there's some stuff I'll be able to resonate with.
Right?
So what pushed you to sort of start Om and I guess Whoopi and Maya as well?
Sure. Well, it's always been about the weed. And so I always had a grow, and I was making edibles and topicals on the side. I was a bud tender for a long time. I was a career trimmer. I used to make hash, just working with this plant on all levels. And I thought I would always be a career grower, to tell you the truth. But these edibles and topicals just took over, and now I don't have time to do anything but that.
That's amazing. Do you have any tips? I actually just planted my first weed babies last week. I got my first growing license, and I'm so excited.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. I felt like I was giving birth, like not actually, but just like I was planting the little plants, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to turn into so much.
Well, that's how that's the first step to growing good weed, is caring and loving and paying attention and using your eyes. The truth is, I wasn't the A++++ grower. I mean, every crop was really, really good. Every other one, something would be a little tiny bit off, but I'm also a very big perfectionist. There's like a million ways to screw it up, but it's really humbling to go through all those stages, because you really end up respecting cannabis in a whole new way. The amount of time it takes to hand trim a pound could be a solid 8 hours for many people. And
wow.
Yeah. So it's just all about, just in my experience, just working with all parts of the plant. So, the edibles and the topicals really became my life. First, it was just Om Edibles. And then now we may even have more topicals than edibles. I don't know. We make about 20 different SKUs. Yeah. Yeah, we make a lot. Yeah, we have 5 flavors of Epsom salts. We have 3 flavors of body oils. We have 2 different sizes of our balm. We've got this thing called the icy stick that like ices out wherever you put it. Yeah, and then we've got 6 different tincture formulations, and then cacao, a bunch of different gummy flavors and ratios, olive oil.
Ooh, that would be amazing.
And that's it. It seems like we have the most topicals, to tell you the truth.
Huh, that's so cool. I feel like I'm in Canada, so unfortunately I can't get access to your products here. But whenever I go to California, I always make sure to stock up. And actually, your products are the first ones that I've ever brought illegally, accidentally-ish over the border, because they're so good. It was one of those horrible things where we were driving into Victoria and I was like, shit, I still have like a topical and the cacao in my bag. And I was just like, I ripped off the labels and was like, pray for the best.
No.
Probably not very smart, but still.
Well, I'm glad that you made it.
Me too.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that a plant that's, grows freely on this earth that we have receptors for literally all over our body, we're not able to consume safely.
I know. And that's one of those things that I find has been really powerful to see in Canada. And I don't know if you've witnessed the same thing in California, but the people who are starting to speak openly about cannabis now that it has been legalized, it's incredible to hear just people that you never would have thought. And just all around you coming out. And for some, it's people who are learning about it. For some, it's people who are just expressing that they use it now. It's really beautiful to see.
Coming out green.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for someone to sue their employer who gets fired for using medical cannabis.
Oh, I had an incident this year actually where I had to I had a friend who actually looked into the Human Rights Commission of Canada because I was denied access to a climbing gym because I smelled like cannabis. I'd ingested CBD and they basically told me that I couldn't be on the premises. It was pretty intense.
That's terrible.
Yeah, no, that's it. I think we've got a long ways to go in the industry and even in the global industry as well to see what we can do to bring more awareness and stuff.
Absolutely.
So the real reason, well, there are many reasons I wanted to talk to you today, but one of the main ones was really speaking about sort of women in cannabis, because especially in Canada, I've noticed that this has become a very male-driven industry. And there's the odd anomaly here and there, but I think that your brand is one that really encompasses sort of women and women using cannabis and empowering other women. And I'd love to chat about that a little bit with you.
Great.
Yeah. So how does it feel to be a women-run company in California? I don't have much of a pulse on the industry out there. And yeah, are there many around you who are running women-run cannabis industries, or do you feel like you're a bit of an outlier?
There are a few other female-owned and operated companies out there for sure. It feels great to be female-owned and operated. I love men, first of all. Not that I feel the need to clear the air, but I'm actually totally straight. I'm sure people probably think I'm a lesbian with the way I'm always like, we hire women and all this stuff, but the truth is I'm totally straight. I love domesticated roles for myself personally. I can't speak for anybody else, but I personally love to cook for my man. I love a man who wants to go, be the man and win the bread and all the things. But the truth is, this Juicy Ohm thing, we just happen to do better with women as our employees. Our work, it's so detail-oriented. We've got about 13 employees right now, and 2 of them are men. But the rest are women, and we've hired men in the past. It just seems to be, I don't mean to be mean, but just flows a lot better when we hire our girls. And we didn't mean to appeal mostly to women. We just make the kind of products that we love, and we definitely have products that men love and enjoy. Don't get me wrong. It's interesting because 51% of our followers on Instagram are men. But everybody views us as a female leaned company, So for me personally, my technique for operating in this dimension has been if I can win the awards and get the accolades, if I could just basically do better based on skill and formulation, literally putting my money where my mouth is, who's even here to talk about anything? Let's just battle, And I don't mean it in a mean battle.